Hello, active traders, and welcome to more Forex Winning Trades Forex Success Mastery. This is Ken Calhoun, president of Day Trading University, and I'm joined here today with my longtime colleague Peter Bain from ForexMentor.com. Hey, Peter, it's great to have you here today.
Yeah, it's exciting, Ken. I really like talking with you and talking with our audience and talking about this subject matter. And I'm really looking forward to getting back to the shotgun trade, which I'll be talking about a little bit later.
All right, we'll look forward to that as well. So for everybody here, I will lead off, and I'm just going to talk for 20 minutes, so relatively quickly, and then I'll turn it over to Peter Bain, and then we'll come back together and tell you a little bit more about our Forex Success Mastery system. But I want to give you some very good updates right now on all of the winning alerts I've been making everybody, telling you guys to go long against the Japan yen. That's worked out great. We'll look at some breakout patterns and how to trade them for the upcoming week ahead as well. As always, all information is for educational use only. We're not making any buy, sell, or hold recommendations. By watching this, you're not to make actual trades. It's all for educational or information use only. So, one of the things that we notice in our recent markets is the outstanding move against the yen. We can see the euro yen, the British pound to the Japan yen, and our US dollar to the yen are all very sharp uptrend continuation patterns. And if you joined us earlier in one of our earlier events that we did for stock traders to how to make the jump to Forex trading, I'd been calling especially the dollar yen long for this last month. And you can see that worked out really nicely. One of the patterns that I want you all to learn about, and you may have seen me featured in this month's Technical Analysis of Stocks and Commodities magazine in the November 2014 issue. How time flies. Current month's issue on newsstands now is a wide range candle at the right side of a bullish cup, and we go long at say 30 pips above the high. And if you had done that, you would have done extremely well, whether it's an interior first cup and a wide range candle or a large cup that pivots off of one of the major moving averages like the 50 EMA and takes out new highs. These are the type of patterns that I want you to start focusing on as a trader. Now, borrowing from my stock trading days, one of the best things to learn from are 1-year highs or 1-year lows. So for example, which of these charts is the strongest long? Who can tell me? Is it chart 1? Model number 1, US dollar to the Japan yen? Is it number 2, the euro to the Japan yen, euro yen? Or is it the pound yen? Which of these three charts is the strongest? Chart number 1, everybody vote. Type in 1, 2, or 3. That's a good adult learning theory based professional training, is get you to think and interact and not just watch it like it's a TV show. There will be a quiz at the end. No, just kidding. Anyway, yeah, the relative strength, yeah, you guys mostly all got it. Let's see, Phil, Dave, Perry, Paul, Daz, Hanny, Dali, DS, Jatinder, but the rest of you all getting it. So Dan, Henny, Daz, Paul, Calvin got it right, Perry got it right, Dave got it right, Phil got it right, Tyrone got it right. Yeah, the US dollar to the Japan yen is absolutely the strongest Forex chart in the known universe right now. I've been calling it long since the first cup breakout here. As my colleague Steve Nissen would call this a change in polarity, where previous resistance became new support. So even if you miss the first breakout, it still goes schwang right off the pivot here. So you got a tweezer bottom right off a cup pattern high. So again, I'm a skeptic. I don't buy just because it looks like it's going to bounce. I wait for, say, 30 pips above a candle high to get in on a first trade, and then above the second cup to scale in or position size up on a secondary. So anyway, this is our US dollar to the Japan yen, and you can see it's all the way up at 115. That's a multi-year high. If you look at a 10-year dollar yen chart, you'd have to go all the way back to 2008. Nearly 5 years, 5-year high in that instrument. This is a 3-year chart. This has been my single call, my single best call. I was trading this earlier. I even have a YouTube video on how to trade currency pairs with interactive brokers, which I just do with the dollar amount of the underlying currency. If I go long or short, I'll just buy or sell with the number of dollars. Don't even have to worry about lots. But anyway, looking for these kind of cup patterns can be especially useful for you as a Forex trader. Just go with where, everybody else is going. Where's the strongest chart? So this, now a new trader might say, that looks overextended, Ken. That looks experienced, or looks extended. An experienced trader, I'll say, well, I'll tell you when it's extended. It's extended up into 124. So I'll still buy here. I'll be skeptical here. I'll rebuy in a heartbeat if it takes out new highs. Okay, I am one of the industry's top breakout traders, and one of the things I'm always doing is buying the upper right side of a chart. So if over the last year it's going up, we buy at new cup breakouts. So that's a quick pattern for the playbook. Can everybody identify simple cup breakouts? Now, let's take a look at the pound yen. It went up nicely, and we did get the cup breakout, but it's kind of stalling here, and we have a bearish upper shadow, so I'd be a little skeptical. The euro yen, still not even as good. We did kind of poke our head above the cup pattern over here, but it's still net, recent price action, not as strong. The most recent week or two, it's gone up nicely, which is why I've been calling it long. But in context, the US dollar to the Japan yen is the single best currency chart. How much money could you have made, potentially, had you actually traded these things on breakouts, right? And it gave you a second chance even. So even if you missed the boat on that one because you're off on a vacation over summer and you kind of sweated through the pullback and said, nah, I just don't want to buy it, you still had a second chance. Now let's take a look at some of these other charts. The euro dollar, down. Euro CAD, choppy. Dollar Swissy, looks pretty good actually. That's a good breakout chart. First thing you got to do as a currency trader, I've been trading currencies for many, many, many years, and I will tell you the most important signal to look for are, at least in my experience, is continuation breakouts that are most likely to attract new institutional money flow at highs. So that's why I like to buy new highs. I'm a specialist in buying new highs without getting faked out by false breakouts, and that's one of the patterns or the things that I teach about in our Forex course. The dollar CAD's been very strong, right? That's a nice uptrend continuation chart. A little choppier than the dollar yen, but still, the US dollar's been doing good against the Canadian dollar, eh? So, hey, I'll buy new highs up there. Breakout trader, we wait for there. We don't buy here, we wait for a new high. Aussie dollar at new lows. I don't like shorting currency pairs. I know Peter shares my sentiment. There's so many long opportunities out there. You're much better served focusing on the highs. So that's tip number one, is look for 1 year highs. Just like you look for 52-week highs in equities, also look for those 1 year highs, because those will often provide the very best trading opportunities. That's very simple. It's very effective. It's very professional. And most importantly, it works. Now, let's take a little closer look at some of these charts. Let's look at our standard 12-day chart. One of the things that I teach you guys about in the Forex Success Mastery System, as well as being published in all the major trading industry magazines and many of the sites, is to look for an ADX that pierces 30. For stocks, we use 40. For our currency pairs, for Forex, I use 30. So when ADX comes from below, breaks above 30, and I teach how to do this in one of the DVDs, actually multiple DVDs in our system, and I'll tell you more about that later, but all you do is add 30 pips to the high of the day in which the ADX pierced 30 and put on your trade. And you can scale in on continuous days as long as that ADX breaks above 30 and keeps going up. Now, what if it starts to go down? It doesn't necessarily mean to sell, but it is a caution sign that you're going to get a congestion area. So the higher the ADX goes, it's like the heat in a kitchen stove. It's turning up the heat or turning up the volume. And ADX is the only predictive indicator I've seen I used to be a corporate statistician for Ford Motor Company, Rockwell and McDonnell Douglas, and I'm a certified quality engineer and blah, blah. Dual degreed UCLA grad, multivariate analysis expert with numbers and charts. One of the things that I do, corporate statistics background, you're looking for outliers or the very strongest breakouts in progress as a trader. And if you're trying to capitalize on your currency breakouts, what you're looking for is an ADX to come from below, pierce 30. That's very simple. I usually dislike oscillation indicators intensely because they have too many alpha and beta errors, but this one works. You have very high correlation of it comes from below, pierces 30, buy it on the day or two after that, and you're off, off to the races. So that's a good chart. So that's something on a 12-day chart. Just check the validity of what me or anyone else that you're learning from, how well does it work over time? And you'll see why I've got so many tens of thousands of traders in my company that have learned from me over the years, and all the popularity, the fame, the riches, the exposure. Can one man handle it all? Sure. I don't have any trading groupies, but that's another story for another time. Just a little light side there. Anyway, ADX broke over 30 here, so we go long above. the high in which that day occurred. And what you do is look for any new wide range. Another thing to look for so you don't get stopped out by a false breakout is what I call a wide range candle. And that's a candle of at least 1.5 to twice the whole real body height of the previous candles. That's a momentum candle, and you can always park your buy trigger and say 30 pips above the high of that candle high. So you get in anywhere during its uptrend continuation. Now here we have a hammer, which led to a bounce, right? An inverse shooting star, following a downtrend there. I would trail a hard stop right underneath the low of that hammer low, right over the 142, say 142.10 or so, 142.20 in our euro yen if you're long there. But that's a very good, easy compression breakout setup, is look for an ADX that pierces 30, go long on the day or two after that, following a wide range candle, and it usually works out really nicely. And the whole goal in this, you'll get killed currency trading if you trade choppy charts. That's the number one bane of all traders, is taking too large stops, over trading choppy charts, getting in too early or too late, having your timing not add up, being overly reliant on ridiculous proprietary indicators and special software that some moron's selling out there to you guys, or black box robots or that kind of crap, or these $5,000 programs that are a bunch of hooey. What you want is learning from professional traders how this stuff really works. And the simpler the better. The stronger and more consistent and more workable and more reliable the better, right? So, for example, here's our dollar CAD. This does not make for a very good swing trading chart. Might be fine for a position trade. Might be okay for a scalp if it pivots. We have a hammer there, so that's a long signal for our dollar CAD. But for a intermediate, say 3 to 5 or 3 to 10 day swing trade, at least I like to trade, in my own accounts, I like to trade the dollar yen because it's a much cleaner, nicer, well-mannered, well-behaved, strong breakout continuation chart. So visually, one of the skills that I get at, see this chart, this Aussie dollar chart, that's no good. I mean, how are you going to make money trading that, really? Which one are you most likely to make money with? This one, or that one? That one's much more likely. Or the dollar yen, much more likely to produce winning trades for you. So as you learn how to use things like the ADX, I also use cut pattern breakouts with wide range candles. Very simple toolkit that works extremely well. So, you have my word on it. I've been doing this for many, many, many years, thousands of trades. And one of the things you want to look for are the strongest, simplest patterns. If it has what my colleague Tony Turner would call chart spaghetti, which means too many oscillations, secondary lines all over the place, you can't see the forest for the trees, that does not help you become a better trader. What helps you become a better trader is keeping small stops, number one. Number two, focus on the very strongest outlier, or what Peter would also call exceptional charts, so the outlier charts, the strongest of these signal charts out there that are most likely to keep running for you once you're in the trade. My calls in the dollar yen over the last 3 weeks have been spot on to my traders, and this is why. I use these very simple, very strong, very effective, very clean charts. Now let's switch gears a little bit for scalping. So that's swing trades. Now often you will find, and this is something that kind of defies, I guess at the surface, common sense or logic, but not so much. Sometimes what makes for a really good swing trade is not so good for a scalp, or vice versa. You may have charts that are great for scalping that don't make for as good swing trades. So what you need to do as a trader is sort through the charts and figure out which ones make for better scalping charts. And obviously the ones with the least amount of chop would be it. Now in all these charts, my professional estimation is that the dollar CAD is the single best scalping chart out there. May not be as good for swing trading as, say, the dollar yen, which is a much cleaner, tighter chart. But all these charts, and this is the first time I went through these this morning, the dollar CAD is obviously the cleanest, best chart for scalping, right? So when you're able to trade it again soon, you look for things like bear cups to sell. This is a downtrend continuation. It lost the RSI under 20, so it was oversold, lost the B-band, pivoted back up, and then kept its downtrend intact. The correct play for this would be to go short, say 113. That's the best play in this whole chart, would be to sell it down there. Or you might want to start, if there's a pivot play, somewhere over the 134 here inside this range. And I would use this as an exit target. So you might want to scalp it within this life cycle for scalp trade bounce number one. You might get a secondary small play, but see, they're going to be selling to you once it starts to reach that previous support, which is now new resistance. So that's a bad odds trade. So I would not trade it within this region. I would trade it here, and I would trade it here. It may slow down here up near the 1145, but that's still, it's such as, if it reestablishes an uptrend there, it's much more likely to run up sharply. So that would be trade number 1 long, trade number 2 long. Avoid. It's another quick tip, and I teach more on this in our Forex Success Mastery system, but one of the things you want to do is avoid buying the closing upper right side of a bullish cup, the letter U. You don't want to buy right near previous resistance, previous supports, new resistance, because everyone else, those of us who are long from down here, we're going to sell the U here, and it's likely to stall and drop and chop. So you want to go long here and sell into this uncertainty zone. Rebuy if it does, say, consolidate, pull back, and then slingshot on up to new highs over here, then you can make for a secondary trade. But the most important thing I told you all today about scalping is that this is the best chart for scalping. That's more important than even the micro mechanics of how to professionally enter and exit your trade. That's kind of choppy. That's really choppy. Euro CAD, nah, that's so-so. Dollar yen, choppy. Dollar Swiss, selling chart. I prefer to go in charts that are more likely to go long. Dollar CAD, much cleaner, in focus charts. So that's a better candidate for scalping. This one's also okay. I'd maybe make the Aussie dollar second place. This one's a little choppy. That one's choppy, and that one's chopped. That one's really bad. That's the worst scalping chart of all of them. The worst is the pound Swiss. That's the worst one. And the dollar CAD has the best, cleanest. Think of it like a magnifying glass, and you're rotating it to get things in focus. Where's the most in focus, cleanest, easiest chart to trade? Just as with charts like our dollar yen. Those are the type of charts that as a professional trader I'm always looking to capitalize on. Oh, Perry's asking me about McDonnell Douglas. It's Long Beach, the TQMS program in the late 90s. I was a team facilitator for the C-17. I worked for McDonnell Douglas, Rockwell International, and the GPS satellite electronics division in Seal Beach, and then Ford Motor Company in Michigan, in Dearborn. Worked for a lot of big companies and learned a lot about quality management and improvement. When you're looking for your charts, keep it simple. The best charts out there, your life as a Forex trader should not be an endless agony of second guessing yourself because of a lot of arcane technical indicators that you're not sure exactly how to trade it. One of the reasons why my trading's been so popular, so many tens of thousands of traders the last 15 years, is I focus on the simplest, strongest breakouts. Okay, and that's a very good way to combine what I teach, with what Peter teaches about a lot of the pivot patterns, just as with my work for equities with Steve Nissen. You want to learn from a team of two guys, one of who's an expert in breakouts, which I am, and the other's an expert in pivots, which Peter is. He's also an expert in breakouts, but price projection and a lot of really other valuable techniques. But you want to learn from a team of educators who are proven and have respect and have worked with a lot of people for a lot of years and give you the very most reliable, most consistent setups that are most likely to generate good trades for you, and avoid all these people that are selling stuff at $5,000 insane price points or these stupid auto trading robots that don't work. I mean, you've probably wasted a lot of money on stuff that doesn't work. Now's a good time to potentially turn the corner and focus in on some of these strategies or tactics that can do better for you in your trade. So that's it for me. That's what I wanted to teach you guys, is how to focus in on the best charts to trade and then how to trade them. I gave you some initial breakout indicators like a bullish cup, wide range candle, ADX piercing 30 day after that, or even the second day. If you want to chase it a little bit, you still have plenty of trading opportunity there, and keep that a simple, effective part of your professional trading approach. So anyway, wanted to thank you all here. I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Peter Bain. He's going to cover the shotgun trade and more. It's a very powerful, extremely popular. In our recent Vegas seminar, that was one of the most popular things that was taught was Peter Bain's shotgun approach, updated for current markets with new insights. So I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Peter Bain from forexmentor.com, and then Peter's going to talk for maybe 20-25 minutes, and then we'll come back together and tell you more about how you can learn at our Forex Success Mastery sale that we're doing right now. I'm going to go ahead and post the link for you guys. If you've not yet ordered your Forex Success Mastery System, now's a good time. Take a look at all the testimonials and the video previews and the rest of it. But Peter Bain, I wanted to thank you for being here.
Yeah, Ken, it's always exciting to be working with you, and I enjoyed your presentation. I always learn new things from you. I like that word polarity, change in polarity. I'll have to remember that. I understand the concept, but I've never used that name before. So if you could just let me know if you can hear me and see me.
Yep, looks great.
Again, I'm struggling a little bit. I'm just getting over the flu and a cold, perhaps, so my energy's a little bit down. But anyway, I want to focus on the shotgun trade because even though I've said in the past that trading with pivots is my favorite form of trading, I'd have to say that I'm leaning more so to the shotgun trade. And I wanted to talk about position trading, the position trading form of the shotgun trade, because it's very powerful and it's sort of like slow motion trading, which is appropriate for people who have day jobs or who can't just sit in front of their computer all the time. I'm going to be talking about the Aussie-Kiwi pair, and I want to go back in time to last Saturday because some of you in the audience, and welcome to you, by the way, all of you, some of you may have been with us last Saturday, and I want to review quickly what I talked about and then carry on from there. Now, with position trading, we're only dealing with two different charts, the daily chart and the hourly chart. The daily chart tells you the trend, and the hourly chart is your trigger chart. There was only one pair that met my criteria for position trading, as you recall from last week's webinar. Let's get into it. This is the Aussie-Kiwi daily chart, going back a little over a week ago. You can see the golden cross, the 50 exponential moving average punching up above the 200, price above both moving averages. Please take notes. This is important. This is the trend. Okay. Then we look at the hourly chart, and this is what caught my attention right here. As soon as I looked at the hourly chart, this is exactly what I saw. I saw the golden cross also on the hourly chart, the 50 up through the 200. I saw price below the 50 exponential moving average on the hourly chart. Well, it was above it on the daily chart, so price is going the wrong way on the hourly chart. This was a good buy. A hammer, MACD punching up through its trigger line, divergence, price cycling lower, MACD histogram waving higher. Early warning on price movement here. Good buy right here. So that's buy number one. Price carries on and on. There's another buy. Same logic. We have MACD bouncing off of its trigger line. Price below the 50 exponential moving average. Actually, there was another buy back here, which I glossed over. So we're in the buy number two. Price carries on and on. And Eureka! This is when I jumped out of my chair and screamed at the top of my lungs because this is what I was waiting for. Remember, we have two trades in play here, and then price took off to the moon. And then again. Okay. Now, I don't have a lot of time today, so I'm not going to get into too much discussion here on this chart, but this was an uptrend continuation pattern, leg one. Traders chopping wood in here. We bought here, we bought here. May as well stay and play with these two trades because why not? I mean, the trend is up. We have our stops in place, so we have two buys in place. This is a shotgun trade. I love it. MACD neutralized as traders were chopping wood. Okay, that's what an uptrend continuation pattern looks like. It's one of the four patterns I teach at forexmentor.com. Okay, there we are. Now, I like to buy weakness, right? There's nothing to do here. Okay, we have two trades in play. Price is cooperating. Time to have a cup of coffee and relax. Price carries on. Price carries on. I'm waiting. I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting on my thumbs. I'm doing a little bit of blue skying here. This was the uptrend continuation pattern, followed by possibly another one. I don't know. I'm just blue skying it here. But I'm waiting for price weakness. And there it is. That's the weakness I was looking for. Look at this. Price went below the 50 exponential moving average. It's going the wrong way because at that point, price was above both moving averages on the daily chart, if you'll recall. And MACD gave me the buy signal. This is buy number 3. We're in the money. This was the time to collapse all 3 trades right here. MACD overbought. We've already had 2 uptrend continuation patterns. Time to bank the money. So, after last week's webinar, I decided to follow along with the Aussie Kiwi throughout the week. I thought you might be, for those of you who heard me talk about this last Saturday, I thought you might be interested in this. So, here we are again. Daily chart, same old story. This is a position trade. Price above both moving averages, golden cross. So there's the hourly chart. We took 2 trades back here, a 3rd trade here, and we got out of all 3 right here. Now we're here. I notice the price is below the 50 exponential moving average, but I'm looking to MACD to tell me what to do. I'm not doing anything. You could simply keep trading the same pair by reacting to price weakness in relation to the 50 EMA and waiting for confirmation from MACD. That's the beauty of the shotgun trade. Once the daily and the 1-hour charts are in sync and the upward trend is established, you just trade. By focusing on the daily and the 1-hour charts, this is a more relaxed form of trading, and that you are trading off the 1-hour chart in slow motion. All that is required is a healthy dose of patience. That said, this form of trading gives you a chance to do other things in between trades. All right, let's just review on the hourly chart. There was the golden cross on the hourly chart way back when. That was trade number 1. There's another trading opportunity. I think that was trade number 2. There was another trading opportunity there that I glossed over. Another trading opportunity there. Another one there. That was the 3rd trade there. And then, of course, we got out of 3 trades here. There were actually a number of other trades in here that I glossed over, but certainly 3 in play that we collapsed right here. So, at this point, after collapsing these 3 trades, I was just sitting here. Okay, price is below the 50 exponential moving average. Now what do I do? Well, I don't do anything because MACD is not telling me to do anything. But I'm waiting. Bingo. MACD just signaled a trade. Price right here, below the 50 exponential moving average, perfect time to buy. This is the shotgun trade. Price carries on, nothing to do, nothing to do, nothing to do. Okay, carrying on here. Carrying on, carrying on. Here's another buy. MACD punching up through its trigger line. Same idea. Now, this is where we collapsed the first 3 trades right here. I just want to make a note that from the first buy way back here, prior to the last webinar, up to this point right here, if you'd held one trade, one position trade all the way through to here, that would have netted you $1,130 per lot in a standard lot configuration. That's just for one. Don't forget, there were 3 trades in play here that were collapsed right here, so in the money. They were actually from here to here until November 3rd, right here, there were 7 buying opportunities, but I glossed over a couple. All right, okay, so there we are. Price carries on, carries on, carries on. We have 2 trades in play after collapsing these 3 up here, making money. Here's another buy. MACD punching up through his trigger. Now, what do you see on this chart that I didn't see? I completely overlooked this, and shame on me, but at least I'm honest, and I want this to be a learning experience for you. We're talking about the position trade, the shotgun trade, but the lesson I want you to learn from this exercise today is please, please, please watch out for chart patterns. I completely overlooked this one, and I bit the bullet on it, and you'll see what happened. What do you think happened? What do you see here that I didn't see? 3 trades in play, stopped out. Because a head and shoulders pattern right here. Now, if I'd seen that back here, then I would have known what to do. I wouldn't have bought here, and I would have collapsed these 2 trades. Okay, because I was expecting price to carry on up, but I missed this head right here. And what happens is traders are buying right up to here, and then when the head and shoulders pattern consummates, these people want out, and so they'll sell into strength, and that's what causes price to tumble, as it did here. A 45 pip free fall, 30 pip stops, and there you go. All right, so I got to move along quickly here. All right, so price collapsed down to here, and I noticed that it settled in this area here where there was some support. All right, that's fine. Looks like a downtrend continuation pattern to me unfolding. Again, there's the head and shoulders, just to rub it into myself. You can read all this verbiage when you play the replay. All right, looks like a downtrend continuation. Now, the sky's not falling, by the way. Just because we're having price weakness on the hourly chart, the trend on the daily chart is still up, so I'm still got my antenna on high. All right. Head and shoulders pattern, there's a trend line, there was the break right there, there's where the stop got stopped out right in through here. Okay. All right. To figure out how far price was going to fall, I did price measurement. Measured from the head down to the trend line, the neckline. Projected that distance southward, and I figured that's how far price was going to fall. I also did another price measurement, and I assumed that this was going to be a downtrend continuation pattern, leg 1, leg 2, like this. Leg 2 is usually the same distance as leg 1. I figured price would stop right about here. Let's see how this played out. There's a downtrend continuation pattern. All right, what I like to do is I like to always go back to my daily chart. Now that price has fallen out a bit on the hourly chart, I say, well, what's going on? So I look at the daily chart. Well, price is still above both moving averages, so we're still in good shape, even though price is tumbling on the hourly chart. Okay, price fell as I thought it would. Leg 1, price equilibrium consolidation. Leg 2, price heading towards this ultimate goal down here. This is pretty cool. Pay attention. This is interesting. Watch this. All right. Price finally settled right here. So I thought, that's interesting. Where are we in the scheme of things? Well, I looked at the daily chart, and isn't this exciting? Price fell off on the daily chart, but still above the 200 exponential moving average, and it stopped right at 1100. Right there, 1100 on the hourly chart. To me, this was the end of the rundown in price. So just because price fell out of bed on the hourly chart didn't really cause, even though 3 trades got stopped out of here, I wasn't really terribly worried because I knew that this was the end of rundown in price right here. I'm keeping my eye on MACD. And there it is. Buy. Price found support here. MACD gave the signal. this was a buy, a beautiful buy. This is the shotgun trade. Price below both moving averages here. Price above the 200 on the hour daily chart. That's the main thing. So we're in. Carrying on. Price advances and advances. That was a good decision. Sure made up for getting stopped out back here. Yeah, I'm kind of muddying the water here just by showing you this is the hourly chart. This is where we just got in right here, but I wanted to show you that price had found support right here at 1100 going all the way back here. You can see there's a level of support there. All right, carrying on. Yeah, at this point here, price on the 1 hour chart below both EMAs while above it on the daily chart. All right, so you understand that. All right. Okay, carrying on. We're in right here. Price advanced, and then it retraced. I mean, price just doesn't keep going straight up. MACD's still okay. Carrying on. Now, this was the next buy right here because MACD nudged its trigger line but stayed above it. Another excellent buy right here. At that point, I figured it looks like this is a 1, 2, 3 bottom. 1, 2, 3, we're in here, we're in here. And normally what you do is you put a buy stop right here and let the market take you in above the number 2 point, right about there. And leg 2 is usually the same distance as this measurement here. So we're in for 2, 1, 2. All right, price carries on. In here, another buying opportunity right here, price nudging, or MACD nudging its trigger line. This is a good buying opportunity here. You'll notice on the daily chart at this point, I always like to look at my daily chart. Price is above both moving averages, but look at where price is here, below both moving averages in the hourly chart. This is the shotgun trade. Good buying opportunities in here. MACD, look, MACD told us to get in. MACD told us to stay in. MACD told us to keep buying. That's all you have to pay attention to. Now, we're keeping our eye on that buy stop. So far, so good. MACD is above its trigger line. Everything's looking good. There we go. The buy stop kicked in right there. So I've forgotten how many trades we took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I believe. Yeah, 4 plus buy stop. 5 trades. Now, you'll notice here that price banged its head on the hourly chart at the 200 exponential moving average, needing a little bit of resistance. Doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter other than that's what's happening. The trend is up. The trend on the daily chart is up. But what does that mean? Okay, what that means to me is this. Is you'll notice that we got in here, 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 and on the buy stop. Then MACD said, good time to collapse the 4 trades that you took up here and get out of this buy stop sector. Yeah, that was a loss, a losing trade. 4 winners, 1 loser. That's not a bad ratio. 4 wins, 1 loss. The reason I followed along with MACD's recommendation was the weekend is ahead. Yesterday, this is where we got out of the 4 plus 1, 5 trades right here. Because heading into the week, a good idea. It's Friday. Heading into the weekend, I don't like to have stuff in play over the weekend. And quite frankly, on Sunday when the market opens up, MACD's going. I'm going to pay attention to MACD. I fully expect that we're in an uptrending situation in the hourly chart, but I'm not guessing here. I'm going to wait for price action to tell me what's happening. I'm going to look at MACD. I'm going to revisit the daily chart. I'll be looking for a buying opportunity on Sunday. And I want you, that's your homework, your takeaway from today, is on the Aussie Kiwi on Sunday, I want you to bring up the daily and the hourly charts. I want you to plot MACD standard settings, the 50 exponential moving average, and the 200, just like I have. And then I want you to pick up from where we're leaving off here. This is your homework. And I want you to pay attention to MACD, look at the daily chart, make sure price is above both moving averages in the daily chart, wait for a buy signal on the hourly chart, and then you're in like flames. You heard it from me first. There you go, position trading using the daily and hourly charts, a slow motion form of trading. It's very exciting. I like it because it's stress-free. You can do other things in your life. If you have a day job, that's fine too. You don't have to sit there and watch it all day long. You can put your stop in place, and you'll do just fine as long as you keep your eye on the daily and the hourly charts. Insane. I also get into the day trading aspect of the shotgun trade in the DVD series, and I'd like to thank you all in the audience for being with Ken and I today. I hope you found that instructional. I can't stress enough how excited I am about the position trade, the shotgun trade. It's something that developed later in my trading career in the Forex arena. I originally loved trading with pivots only as my number one, but this really has taken precedence. It's such an easy form of trading. It's so easy to implement, and you should do very well with it. So thank you for paying attention. And Ken, that's it for my portion, and I'll turn it back over to you.
Hey, well, thanks so much, Peter. That's brilliant. I always learn new things from you. I liked especially the, the disclosure about taking a stop at 30 pips, which we both agree completely with, which is the correct number. How many of you I'm just curious, how many of you limit your pips to a maximum 30 pips? Because that's smart. You want to keep small stops. Peter, what I liked, trying to think of what some of the things I learned from you, I always pick up new things. The most valuable thing was how to look at the MACD crossovers and using that in combination with the EMA lines to make a specific trading decision for entries and exits, because it's all laid out for you. Like you walked us through step by step exactly how that trade works. And I know the shotgun trade was the number one most valued part of our seminar that we did our system from back in November. It got universally, you can look at the video testimonials, everybody, and see how much everybody said they enjoyed the shotgun trade. So I really appreciate that. Very smart ideas, Peter. It was a very intelligent, well thought out approach.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. I don't mean to insult anybody by the following comment, but a blind three-legged dog could execute the shotgun trade if you just follow the rules, look at the daily chart, the hourly chart, use your 50 and 200 exponential moving averages, make sure the trend is up, pay attention to MACD, and don't overthink it. Some people think too hard, they become paralyzed, they don't take action because they're fearful. If you know what the rules are, you have them written down, you follow along, you'll do just fine. Just do exactly what MACD tells you to do.
Right. And that's why I think a big benefit for traders to learn from us in the Mastery system is that we've got a combination approach where we're using both my breakout patterns with all of your pivot strategies and combine that into kind of the very best. I know both Peter and I have been featured speakers at Money Show back when they were doing Forex Expos years ago, and we've both been well received out there with the system. So one thing that I wanted to mention is that we do have as a very special bonus. It's been so popular, we're bringing it back on sale again for the next 6 days only. We're relaunching our ForexSuccessMastery.com system. It's normally $14.95, and if you go to the regular site, that's the price. But let me post the link here for y'all. Can I get everybody right now to please open a browser window? And what I want you to do is type in that URL. It's ForexSuccessMastery.com/fall profits. And we're going to spend a few minutes. If you have any questions about the system, maybe some pre-sale what's covered, Ken and Peter, how's this different from your other training, what are some of the things we can look forward to learning with you, feel free to post those. And what Peter and I are going to take a few minutes to go over some of the key benefits of the system. We put together a lot of good videos. It's very professional. You can see preview videos and more. Plus, you get ongoing support, which I know Peter's keen on, as am I, to give you guys ongoing Q&A support for a whole year with upcoming webinars that you can look forward to with us in 2015. Peter, any, I guess, good comments? Because I know it's something you feel strongly about, and I applaud you for that, because you have good, conscientious ethics and integrity, which is why I work with you, because you're honest and what you teach actually works, which is very hard to find in the trading industry. So I work with the best people in the world, which would be you and Steve Nissen on our systems. Any comments about the support and the ongoing training that people get as part of the system?
Yeah, I think an important point to make here, Ken, is that you and I don't just think about dollars and cents. There's an old Chinese saying, he who thinks about money all the time goes to bed tired. I mean, we didn't create this series with the sole purpose of getting rich off of it or just making money. I mean, we put a lot of time into doing these webinars, and I think the point to be making here is that, and I know I speak for you, Ken, is that we are dedicated to each and every one of you in the audience being successful with your trading, and however we get you there is very important to both of us. If you have any suggestions as to how we can provide even more support, short of you sending in questions to our email addresses, I'm up for the challenge, because the reason I like to provide constant support is because I'm not only interested in helping people trade, but I sometimes learn from traders. In other words, they'll ask a question that I've never thought of before, and it triggers another way of looking at something. So Ken is right. We're there for you, and we want you to succeed.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. It's, and I find the same thing is true. Over the 15 years I've been in this industry, I always learn a lot from smart questions from traders, or even the basic questions help me stretch and figure out how I can answer it in a way that helps as many traders as possible. And one of the things that Peter and I do is throughout the entire year ahead, every other month, every 8 weeks or so, we hold a members-only webinar. In fact, we just had one a couple of weeks back, and we had a lot of big turnout. We had a lot of our traders show up there, and we like to give you ongoing support with different content. Now, in terms of how this system is different from others, one of the things that I did was take 6 months of my life, the first 6 months of this year after the November seminar from which the DVDs were made. It's new. It's less than a year old. The content's less than a year old. We just did the seminar last November. We do picture-in-picture video that makes it really easy to follow along with us, as both Peter and I, on every single DVD in the 12 DVD system. We speak so you can hear us talk, and instead of just looking at us with charts in the background, we zoom in, kind of point of view learning. So it's like getting a front row seat at the live event, so you can follow up with us talking as well as crystal clear charts, so that it shows in nice, high resolution videos. So it makes it really easy to understand. And I don't know, Peter, any insights on that? Because I know it's been popular with our system owners. We get a lot of good feedback from our owners who enjoy the picture-in-picture format, because it gives you both a look, kind of point of view of the charts as they're being discussed, but also our expressions, our hand gestures, what we're saying, how we say it, how we explain it, parked in the corner to give you kind of a dual vision, or a dual look at the content. It's a very good, innovative. No one else in the entire trading industry does this, because it took me several hundred hours to do this, but I wanted to give you guys good professional training that actually works. And you have my word, it's the very best Forex system out there in the market. I've spent hundreds of hours ensuring that that is the case. But Peter, any insights on the DVD format and the picture-in-picture part of it?
Well, a couple comments. You had hired a very expensive camera crew in Las Vegas, a camera crew who had done work for significant corporations and entities. You took 6 months out of your life to take the end result of the filming and turn the recordings into this DVD series. I know that you put your life on hold for 6 months, and even didn't participate in a family trip to Japan to get this out of the way. I'd never seen that kind of dedication before. I was excited to participate in this event, maybe I shouldn't say it, but I will. You'll probably slap me for saying it, but I will. I'd actually broken my leg the night before we started this filming, and if you're wondering why I'm sitting down a lot, it's because because of that very reason. But it turned out very well. Because we had a good audience and good camera crew, and your style and mine are kind of interesting in that you're really good on your feet. You were working with live charts and pointing out trades in play and then coming back to them. And I was providing a lot of content that I'm familiar with. So it worked out very well, and I'm very happy with the result.
No, thank you so much. Yeah, it was great working with you. We're both really dedicated, even through like the postal code, through snow and sleet and rain, whatever it takes. The show must go on, and it turned out to be great, as you can see. I mean, don't take our word for it. Take the word of the people who were there. And there's a testimonial reel that's got 750 views already, so it's good. We just posted this not too long ago, so a good testimonial reel from many of the traders who were there. Now let me ask y'all, do you guys have any questions about the system? Because we like to answer questions. We highlight the features. This is designed to be the top trading industry for Forex traders system out there in the marketplace. And so far, the sales have been spectacular. It's really amazing to see all the traders worldwide. We have traders from countries as far away as Australia and Singapore and the UK, as well as here in the USA and Canada and so forth. And we got lots of FAQs and answers from all the questions worldwide who've written in. Brilliant looking system, right? It's just wonderful. It's a really well produced. We have very good advanced menus, so you can click. That's another point I forgot to mention, but one of the things that I personally edited into each of the videos is a quick fast forward jump ahead, kind of like the scene selection on DVDs. And just to mention, these are DVDs that you can play on your television, which I encourage you to do, your PS3 or Xbox or whatever. You can watch these on your big screen television, so it's even more like being there in person. These are not video CDs that you have to sit hunched over a computer monitor. Though you can play these with DVD software on your computer, I highly recommend instead that you get your favorite beverage, get out a pad of paper, sit down on your sofa, watch it on your big screen TV with any regular DVD player, and you can watch these. So these are DVDs. They're not, which is better. It's not video CDs. Also, you can skip forward in 10 or 15 minute increments by just clicking the skip button. So the second or third time you rewatch these, which I know you will, traders really like these videos, you can skip forward and not have to visually fast forward. You can skip through the next 10 minutes or 15 minutes at a time and instantly get to the part of each of the videos that you want to learn from best. So a lot of work went into it, and really appreciate being able to work with Peter Bain. He's the world's top guy for how to trade Forex, and I'm the top guy for how to trade breakouts, and together it's a really good team approach. So we've, really proud of it. I mean, I'm glad to bring this to the industry. Definitely glad to put my name on it. It's the best training I've done for Forex and will do. I'm not going to produce any other big DVD systems. It took me over 350 hours to produce this because I wanted to do it right the first time and then update it so that the content is fresh with current market examples with ongoing webinar support for you guys. And unlike our competitors that charge like $5,000, how many of you think $5,000 is insane for a Forex course? I think that is freaking insane. $5,000, they ought to be horsewhipped. I think those are people who are in it just for the money, trying to rip people off. We like to give you guys world-class training. It's a modest tuition. It's only $9.97, and you get the entire 12 DVD system plus a year of ongoing webinar coaching, support, training, and the rest of it, all for one low price. And we do not add any upsells or buy this on top of it. This is not the first of many things to buy. This is it, right? This is one purchase and you're all set. So, hey, Peter, let's see. Let me ask you one thing I think might be helpful for our traders to ask about is some of all the different bonuses. One of the things that we are including is a 30-minute personal coaching call. I used to charge $2,000 an hour back in the .com days, back when I was running Day Trading University for equity and professional traders. So you guys get a one-on-one 30-minute coaching call with Peter and I each individually added as a bonus. And for those of you who are current system owners watching this, just shoot us a support ticket with the, say, choose several different times of when you would like to schedule it, and we'll find a time that's mutually convenient anytime over the next year. There's no big rush, anytime at your convenience. But Peter and I will individually call you anywhere in the world and do a 30-minute phone call coaching with you as a bonus. And that's a very big bonus. Normally you don't get that kind of bonus unless it's a $5,000, at least a $2,000 or $3,000 system. So for $997, that's a bargain. So, but Peter, any insights on the coaching call of maybe how they can get the most out of that, or why that's a really good bonus? Because it's just you and I, and just you and Peter, no one else on the call. It's one-on-one personal training. So go through the DVDs, test it out in your own trading, take a couple of months and learn the stuff. Go to one or two of the webinars, and then you can get either of us on the phone once for a 30-minute phone call and ask all the questions you want to fine-tune your learning. And we thought that would be a very good, valuable, authentic coaching bonus to include. It takes a lot of our time because we got so many system owners that we think it'll really help you potentially turn the corner and become more successful. So Peter, any insights on that?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those calls, Ken, because I'm looking forward to the aha moments. Usually what happens is a person will go through a DVD or a course or whatever and understand what's being said but isn't quite getting it. The light bulb hasn't gone off. And then to get that person on the phone and go through it and have that person have an aha moment, to me, is really exciting, because I really get off on seeing people get it and succeed in this business, because it's so empowering. Because people really don't get it until they do it and they're successful, and then it is empowering because they can keep doing it and they know they can make money and they know why they're making money. So yeah, I'm looking forward to these calls. I always like talking to new people anyway. So, and like I said before, I won't live long enough to know it all, and I won't live long enough to make all the mistakes myself. I sometimes learn from other people just in talking about things. They'll say, "Gee, I didn't know that," or "That's a good question. I'll have to look into it." So yeah, bring it on.
Yeah, the questions really help because, both Peter and I are really, we're well respected. We've been around for a long time, and we're both have, check us out. Our reputations are solid gold out there. But one of the things that we both want is for you to be successful as traders, so you can keep working with us for many years. Now, if you go off and waste your money on some $5,000 Hui course from some non-professionals out there and then blow up your trading account, you're not going to be trading Forex, 6 or 7 years from now. And Peter and I both want you to be successful at this for the long term. So it's in everyone's shared interest for us to help you guys turn the corner potentially and do well as traders. And these personal coaching calls can really help. What I found, I've done hundreds of coaching calls. One of the things I found is that a lot of times traders may be just one insight or one skill or one rule away from making successful trades. It may be something as simple as don't ever trade unless you see that MACD crossover, punch up, and then and only then do you go long, and just implement that or test that, or wait till you get an ADX over 30 signal and a cut pattern breakout, or any of the other dozens of other techniques that we cover in the system to teach you how to do that. And so answering your questions, and you can ask us to pull up a chart or send us a chart ahead of time. We can go through it together with you too. So that's another bonus. Another thing that I'm including is my best-selling, I've done this from a Denver seminar. This is maybe 5-6 years old. It's a Forex on Fire 3 DVD system. It's a really good seminar system that I had sold for nearly $1,000 on its own for many years. And now it's only exclusively available as a bonus for Forex Success Mastery. So its life is now continuing on exclusively as a bonus. And that's something you can see a lot of video testimonials from people who joined me live in Denver. Kind of cool header up there, eh? Good testimonials, honest testimonials from some of the attendees. A lot more testimonials throughout the website too. If you want to, retired military man, a very nice man, and the rest of it. Anyway, that system is now included as a free bonus when you order now. We're also including extra downloadable videos from many of our earlier courses that we had done as well, so you get many hours of training. And it's just one low. Right now we're doing it for $9.97, so it's a really good value price. And it's, let's see, the value, the date there should read good through November 14th. So you have until this Friday. We did do a sale earlier, 3-day sale in October. I need to update the site, but we are bringing that back. This is the last time this will be on sale this year. until November 14th. So it's a really good opportunity to get on board and order this. You have our word. This is very, we put a lot of work into this. We've got traders worldwide that have ordered this, and it's very well worth. If you make just a few good trades, you could potentially easily more than recoup your investment in the course. And it's no BS, good, straight, honest, step-by-step webinar supports, along with world-class video captured for you, like getting a front row seat to the live seminar we did at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. So looking forward to working with all of you there. And let's see, Peter, any other thoughts? We packed it with tons of bonuses. We got a great price for them. It's a high quality system. It's shipped by Amazon, CreateSpace division. So they create these DVDs for us and they ship to you worldwide. Free shipping is included, right? Free priority air shipping is included. We don't charge taxes. We don't charge shipping. We absorb all that for you. So it's one low price. So it's a really good deal. And you have my word, it's something that's worth getting. And we do have it on sale for the next 6 days. Peter, any other thoughts, to help traders make the decision to get off the fence and order this? Because you all have my word. This is the very best Forex system out there. I worked my tail off to ensure it is so. And, Peter and I are two well-respected experts in the industry. And we have a lot more to offer you than you may have seen elsewhere. So hopefully you'll find value in this and decide to join us with all of our other system owners. We have so many. It's been an amazing turnout and amazingly successful launch. We've got so many new traders on board. It'd be great to see even more of you join us so we can work together during the upcoming year ahead.
Yeah, it's nice to see this finally come together, Ken, because we talked about doing this seminar in Vegas years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, and then I took sick for a while. We couldn't do it. We finally got back to doing it, and I put my heart and soul into getting ready for the seminar in Vegas. I showed up in Vegas with a broken leg and 1,500 slides. I really enjoyed working with you. The thrill of a lifetime. Very exciting to be in Vegas with the people that were there and you. And it came together, and I think what we should be saying to the audience participants today is, yeah, you'll get 12 DVDs in the mail, but don't be intimidated by that. I go back to a friend of mine at the Y who's a doctor, and I said to him one day, I said, how did you ever get through medical school? Like, how did you learn it all? And he said, well, you have to do it like a mouse. You have to eat the cheese in chunks. In other words, when I was studying one course, I would forget about that there were other courses, and I would just focus on this one course and get that out of the way. So when you're going through the DVDs, just take one DVD at a time, forget that there are 11 other DVDs, go through it, take your time, take notes, write questions down, and if there's something that's bothering you that you don't understand, make note of it, and we'll somehow get the answer to you, get our attention, and we'll get you the answer, and don't be bashful about taking us up on that phone call, because we really want you to get this. And the other comment I want to make, Ken, is when you're going through, to the audience members, when you're going through these 12 DVDs, don't be overwhelmed in that there's a lot of stuff that we present to you, both Ken and I. It doesn't mean that you have to master it all. It doesn't mean to say you have to do it all. There's going to be something in there that really cranks your wheel, like the shotgun trade or scalping or whatever, but you don't have to do it all. Everybody has different interests. I happen to like the shotgun trade. Maybe you will like, I'm actually quite excited about what Ken talks about, cup breakouts. That's fascinating. There's going to be something in there that triggers in your mind, gee, I really want to do that, but you don't have to do it all. You might want to gloss over some of it and get to the stuff that you're really interested in. But go through all the DVDs one at a time, make notes, write your questions down, and make sure that if there's something that's stumping you, that you get to us and we'll get you the answer.
Yeah, that's a very good point. It's a lot of content to learn from. It's like I say, it's a 2-day seminar, but unlike going to a live seminar, you don't have to sit there for 2 days of your life. You can watch, say, one every couple of nights or whatever, a couple a week, until you get through them. And what I encourage you to do, the thousands of traders who've got my systems over the years, is keep a very brief notebook with a few bullet points of notes. Don't keep copious notes, because then you won't do anything with that. Instead, keep very quick action focus, actionable trading ideas that you can instantly start using, like an insight based on one chart pattern, or insight based on an entry and exit strategy that either Peter or I share with you. And so, you can, if you're following along with, if you're watching these on computer, which you can do if you wish, you just open up a notepad file and take a few notes. Or if you're watching it in front of your television and you have a pad of paper that you get, you can go get a notepad anywhere at local store or whatever. You can take a few quick notes and then start testing it out by paper trading first and then small size trading, and start making gradual incremental improvements as you transform or change how you trade from start to finish based on incrementally, like Peter said, like how to eat an elephant one bite at a time. I think I like the mouse and cheese analogy better. So or whatever, go to a buffet, eat one course at a time, and start learning these different strategies, and then bring questions to us so we can answer them for you during the ongoing webinar support that you get. And that's unprecedented in the industry. It's a very good opportunity. We give you brand new strategies and tactics each time, plus Q&A at the end. So you get updated. You get a pass to an entire year worth of premium webinars that we sell separately. You get that included as part of your Forex Success Mastery system owner purchase. So it's a very good deal, and we don't try and sell you anything else like software subscriptions or other hoo-ha on the back end. You get a complete professional trading system at one very good price. So I certainly look forward to working with you. And Peter, it's a great opportunity to work with you again today, and to bring this to the forefront for our traders to order their Forex Success Mastery systems post-haste. The sale's on until Friday, and then after that, we will not be having it on sale any further, at least this year. So now's a good time to take action and go ahead and order your system today. So thanks everybody for being here. We hope to see you join us as one of our upcoming Forex Success Mastery system owners. It includes personal phone call with each of us and many other bonuses. So we've really packed as much value as we can into this. And it's not a $2,000 or $5,000 system. It's only $997. We're slashing $500 off the retail price when you order by Friday. So you got some time to sleep on it tonight and place your order tomorrow if you want, or just go ahead and order if you've seen enough. And we'll see you in the members area and the ongoing webinars. So thanks, Peter Bain, for being here with me and for producing the system. It's very proud, something to really be proud of, a life's work for Forex traders. So pleased to produce that with you, and pleased to be working with our traders moving forward once they order their systems right now.
Yeah, Ken, just a thought here in closing. Our audience participants, given that Christmas is coming, may know of a family member, friend, relative, neighbor, or whatever, who's into trading, who might be interested in this system, and this might make a nice Christmas gesture. And just a thought that I plant there. Just another comment in closing, Ken. When our audience participants go through these DVDs, one of the questions that might come up is, gee, Ken talks about the ADX cup breakout over 30. Peter talks about the EMAs and MACD. Who's right and who's wrong? Well, actually, there's the correct answer to that is Ken and I could take a trade, and we could duplicate the same trade by using either ADX and the cup breakout method, or by using the indicators that I use, and we'd get the same result. Ken just happens to like ADX. I happen to like the indicators that it doesn't mean that I don't like ADX. As a matter of fact, I have a note to start playing around with ADX myself, because I've heard Ken talk about it so much that there is merit there, and I want to start using it myself. So it's not a matter of who's right and who's wrong. It's just a matter of which flavor you like and which way you'd like to approach it, and there you go. I just thought I'd throw that in.
Yeah, that's a good point. And like I mentioned, what you guys want to do is learn from, like I did with my colleague Steve Nissen. Steve Nissen is great in pivots for what Steve teaches. Peter's great in pivots for Forex. And what you want to do is learn from two guys, one who's a breakout trader, one who's a pivot trader, and combine the two approaches. So you may get in early with, say, a MACD crossover signal. That's what I started testing out in my own trades, thanks to Peter. And then I scale in using an ADX cut breakout. So you get the best of both worlds, and you can exit the trades when you see an exhaustion pattern, whether it's one of the ones that I cover or the reversal play that reversal pattern that Peter teaches. So you're really learning from the very best of both breakout and pivot traders combined together, which really helps you improve your entries and exits. So it's a really good way to combine the best of both of our tactics, and they're very, very complementary, very sensible, very good professional approach. As you could see from all the testimonials from the traders who've who recorded the videos, who were there, they really enjoyed learning from both of us. So very good complementary techniques that you can apply together to get the best of both of what we do, because it very much adds together, like in here it's like a tag team setup, to learn from both of our strategies, both a breakout trader and a pivot trader, and combine that to help make better Forex trades. So yeah, good point from Peter. Appreciate that. Anyway, I guess that about wraps us up. I wanted to thank everybody for being here on behalf of both Peter Bain and myself. Really pleased and proud to have so many new system owners. And again, look at the videos and take a second look. If you've already kind of skimmed through them, go back and look a second time. I wanted to put in good, honest, decent preview clips here so you can see the quality and the professionalism of the training that's provided in the system, so you can watch this, and see what's included, the sample at least of each of the different 12 DVDs, plus preview videos and testimonials and more. So, most of the people in the industry don't dare show previews of their DVDs. Peter and I, on the other hand, are proud to present the very best in the industry for Forex traders, and that's why we show you ample previews so you can see a taste of what you're getting once you order your system today. So thanks to everybody for becoming a new Forex Success Mastery system owner. I'm very confident that you'll get a lot out of it. You can also apply this. Most of the techniques here are also cross-applicable to stock trading as well. So you're a stock trader kind of on the fence about, hey, should I try this Forex stuff? You can start testing most of the techniques that we teach in stocks as well, and then start transition those over to Forex. So I thought I would add that as a point for all of the stock traders in the house who are watching this and wondering, how can I apply this? You can apply a lot of the strategies, including the shotgun trade approach, to equity trades as well. So if you happen to trade multiple markets, this is also extremely valuable, in addition to extending your knowledge and how to accelerate your potential success trading FX pairs as well. So anyway, thanks so much, Peter, for being here, and thanks to all of our traders. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We will get a replay video, a streaming video on the site, and I will send you guys, because you registered for the event, I'll send you a high resolution WMV private download link over the weekend as well. So thanks everybody for being here. You have my word, this is an absolutely great system. You also have my word, Peter Bain's the best guy to learn Forex from out there. A lot of people, Johnny come latelys, that try and copy Peter and I, but we've been around for a very long time, and we've got big followings for a reason, and we certainly hope that we can help you achieve the success that you hope to accomplish in your trading as well, thanks to what you'll be learning with us ahead in Forex Success Mastery. Thanks so much to all of you, and thanks Peter Bain for being part of this. It's always an honor and a privilege, because you're a really sharp guy. What you teach works, so I appreciate it. So thanks for being part of this.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. It's always a pleasure to be with you on this platform, and it's a little bit early to say this to our audience participants, but I'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And to our U.S. participants, you have your Thanksgiving coming up. I hope that you have a good time then as well. And Ken, good luck to you. You're off to Vegas shortly as a guest speaker, invited speaker. I wish I could be there, but I won't be. But I'll be thinking about you, and good luck with that.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I'll be speaking 3 times at the Money Show Expo again. It's always great to be there. So anyway, thanks so much. And thanks, everybody. Give it some thought, give it some good, honest thought. Take a look through all the previews and, make up your own mind. But I think if you sleep on it, you say, yeah, this is right. These guys know their stuff. They know what they're talking about. They're going to be there for me for a year. They're not just, selling it run away. It's a bargain price. It's not any $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 system. You're getting the very best, for a bargain. So, great to see so many of you as new system owners, and I'll look forward to working with you. And you too, Peter, have an outstanding holiday, and for everybody, have a great rest of the weekend. So thanks, Peter Bain, for being here. It's been a real honor and a privilege as always.
Yeah, thanks, Ken. Like working with you, and to our audience participants, thank you very much for being with us today. Hope you have a great balance of the weekend, and hope to connect with you at some point, especially in that phone call. And if you have any questions, make sure you track Ken and I down, and we'll make sure we get you on track.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Goodbye.